This is Michael Molyneux with Geek Citadel, and you know what? It's time for us to just chill out, to just mellow, and to enjoy some great music. And we are here with Bandfuse, rock legends. I'm joined today by
Jon Heiner.
Okay, and you are.
I'm the game director on the project, so I've been working on this project for about a year and a half now. We have a group of really passionate people who love music. Everybody, all the way up to the president of the company, is a musician, and we think this is the future of rhythm gaming.
All right, you know, like rhythm gaming exploded years ago, and it seems like from where it started, it's gone in two directions. Either like the really casual singing games, or now the really technical guitar games. And you know, I'd like you to weigh in on where does Bandfuse fit into this, and how does it take it even further than any concept before?
God, that's a great question. I mean, in terms of rhythm gaming, I played a lot of Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I love those games. I think we all do. I think what they did for rhythm gaming is fantastic. They brought a lot of people into rock and roll music. Our game is really in the same vein. It's everybody from your casual novice players, people who've never touched a guitar before or never sang a note. We support people like that, all the way up to professional musicians and people who want to be able to record and create music in a group, up to 4 players in our game, in their living room.
Cool deal. And you said, okay, so 4 players in the living room. So basically, as long as you have enough cables and dividers and everything like that, the entire gang can come over and jam out.
Yeah, I mean, music is a social experience. It's all about playing with other people. We'll get into that a little bit later in terms of social network and things. But, you know, I mean, how much fun have we all had playing with a group of people at a party? And I think it's cliche to say that for all the hours that people have put into a Rock Band or a Guitar Hero experience, they could have learned a real instrument. We all kind of, you know, feel a little guilty pleasure about that. But the reality of it, that when those games came out, the technology was not there to do what we're doing. We have built a custom engine from the ground up that does 4 players simultaneously with 0 latency, which nobody else in the industry has. We're doing professional grade amp modeling. We're doing, again, recording, and we're allowing people to come together and really make music together in their living room.
Cool deal. You hear that, Rocksmith guys? These guys are giving you a little healthy competition.
Yeah. I think what the Rocksmith guys are doing is great. It shows, I mean, they've done well, and it shows that there's a huge interest. I always like to say that that huge sucking sound you hear is the vacuum of people evolving the music space. That's all these people who played Rock Band and Guitar Hero, who love music, who want to go to the next step. Well, we're stepping in to fill that space, and I really think that we're going to provide an experience for people that is absolutely world class.
Very cool. Now, of course, we can't talk about any rhythm game, any music game, without talking about our set list. Let's hop in. Let's take a quick play.
Some of what we're announcing, I mean, I'll go through the list here. Some of what we're showing that's live in the game right now. This is back from Cali, from Slash. Slash is one of the guitar legends that we're working with on this game. Announced, you'll see outside the booth. We've also got people like Nancy Wilson. We've got Zach Wild. We've just got you know, a whole group of people. Five Finger Death Punch, I think, is going to come by tomorrow. I know you're a fan. I love those guys. So back from Cali, from Slash, I mean, Cult of Personality, Living Color, Drive from Incubus, more modern stuff like Harder to Breathe, and then all the way back to Jesse's Girl from Rick Springfield.
Hold up, I saw Pantera there.
Pantera for all the metal shred heads out there, and that actually brings up an important point, Michael. This is a D standard tuning, which is a whole drop tuning. We support all the standard tunings and all of the kind of modified tunings for metalheads, for guys who want to do, you know, B tunings and things. We support that in game. We got No Rain from Blind Melon, so some older classic, to Sweet Home Alabama, and then The Bleeding from Five Finger Death Punch, Yellow from Coldplay. I'm just grabbing a couple here. Things that are not in the game yet, but I'll give you an exclusive on, or not exclusive, but kind of a preview on, Pearl Jam from Alive, which that's a big one for me. Nancy Wilson, Barracuda Heart. We've got Jessica from the Allman Brothers, Limelight, Rush. And I think we mentioned, but we support bass, so you know where that's going with Limelight from Rush. And the last one I'll mention is The Crazy Ones from Stellar Revival, which just came out this year. So we liked it. It had some great riffs, some great gameplay in it. So we're trying to kind of get, you know, I told you before that we were talking, there are 1,000 songs we all want in this game, so we're just trying to pick some really solid songs that people will love.
Now, I'll actually say, now 5 Finger Death Punch, who I mentioned I like before, but specifically, I'm noticing, I think you guys are the first rhythm game to feature drop C tuning.
We do, yeah. The bleeding is in drop C, and so you're going to have to know what you're doing to get your guitar down there, but we will let you get there. This is an authentic experience. This is a raw, real rock experience.
You know what? I'm excited more than I've been for a rhythm game in a long time. So let's do this. Let's now. Before we have our cake, we got to eat our vegetables, right?
Sure.
Downloadable content. What are you guys' plans?
Sure. So downloadable content is a huge part of this project. We're planning to ship with about 60 songs on disc. We just can't fit all the songs on disc. We've also got all the music videos that you never see on television anymore. We've got the rights to those. So we wanted to pick songs that are fun to watch, so people who aren't playing are seeing something they haven't seen in a long time that we know and love. And then we've got, I think, 40 songs planned for DLC at launch, and then we're going to be rolling DLC just as fast as we can get it out.
Holy hell. Okay, now what are our options here? We got a quick play, we got a rehearse, we got a career. What studio, what social?
Yeah, briefly I'll show you studio. Basically, this is a very simple 4-track recorder. I mean, if it was good enough for the Beatles, it's good enough for somebody who just wants to create some music. So you can come in here, you can load up a backing track, maybe something you got off of DLC. You can come in here and record something if you know what you're doing, and then share that out on social networks. And that is one of the things that we're really differentiating ourselves about.
Perfect, perfect. And social, I assume, play together, play with your friends when you just don't feel like smelling them.
Well, this game began as kind of the desire of some kid in college or in high school who said, "Dad, it's Wednesday night. Can I go over to my friend's house to jam?" And Dad said, "No, it's a school night." And he said, "Gosh darn it, shouldn't there be a way that you can play with your friends without necessarily having to go over?" We don't do real-time playing. The internet's just not fast enough for that. But what you can do is you can play a track, and then you can upload it to the Bandfuse cloud, pull it down, and a friend of yours can sing the vocals, and you can really have a band experience. You can have a third person or a fourth person who's managing that band, who's remixing that on tablet devices, sharing that on Facebook. That is really where we're going with this, and a lot of our roots are in the Silicon Valley, where we want to see people working with their media in a transmedia way that they're sharing it, they're modifying it, they have access to it, and we think that's super cool.
Okay, and you said this is also going to support vocals?
Yes, so one thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about career mode. I'm going to drop in here real quick. This is a game, so this is an entertainment product. You can play guitar, bass, or vocals, and you can start at novice level, people who have never touched a guitar before, all the way up to people who are playing the songs the way that the artist intended. You can pick your focus, whether you're a rock guitarist, a metal guitarist, or a roots guitarist, like you want to play Hart, Nancy Wilson. There's a whole journey that you go on as a musician, and we want to capture that in the gameplay. The way you do that is through these tours. So you go on tours, and while you're on tour, maybe you're opening for somebody who's a big name, and they're interacting with you while you're on that tour. You've got your legends, you got Slash, you got Zakk Wylde. These guys are talking to you and telling you, here's Zakk Wylde talking to you about what he did, how he woodshed it, how important music is. So we're taking videos and interviews with these guys to inspire you and inform you as if you're actually on tour with these guys. This is experience that people wanted of feeling like a rock star growing in their career. This also, we think, captures the authentic music experience of real musicians and allows you to have, maybe you're a guy like me who has a full-time job. I can't go on tour, but now I can in my living room.
Okay, so here we are. We're playing the song. How about, let me hold that for you, buddy?
Yeah, sure. So let me put this down at a novice level.
All right. And we can see...
So this is somebody playing at a novice level who's maybe never played guitar before, never held a guitar. I've had guys in here today who've never played a guitar who were comfortable with this level. You're learning your coordination, your muscle memory, how to kind of get around the guitar. And one thing that we do is we create a safe harbor for musicians and players who want to learn. We never kick you out. So you can't lose the game, but so instead of creating kind of that nervous tension of am I going to get kicked out, we create a positive tension of these huge multiplier combos that begin to build up as you get the notes right. So I'm kind of calling that out because there's a lot of gameplay in terms of resource management, building your fans, earning money, earning fame, and you know, maybe you screw up a song on your tour, but then you play a card that allows you to, you know, be a good guy and sign autographs afterwards, and that doubles your score. And so there's lots of different ways we're trying to balance that, but we feel like it has more of an MMO feel.
You're never doing bad. You're just doing better.
Right. Another thing we do is we analyze what you're playing by pitch and by timing. So that's music in a nutshell, playing the right notes at the right time. If I play the wrong note at the right time, I get half the points. But if I play the right tone at the wrong time, it works both ways. But when you get them together, you start to build up a combo.
Now, let's see. Now, also, I'm noticing this little gadget. Oh wait.
Right. So this is
What is this actually?
Yeah, so this comes with every copy of the game. This is an adapter that goes into the back of the console, and this allows you to get the audio patch out into your speakers so you can get better quality sound. And there's also a headphone jack, which nobody else in the world has. We have an exclusive patent.
So kids at home, this is how you keep from pissing your parents off until he comes up with a patch to allow drums. Isn't that right?
We'll talk about that next E3.
Next E3, drums. But otherwise, sir, I think we've got a good look at this. I'm trying to scratch my brain for anything else comical to put in here.
I'll add one more thing.
What do you got? What do you got? I'm afraid now.
Yeah. So the one thing I'll add to this at the end is that at the highest level of the game, we arrange these tracks the same way that the actual artist played them. So this is the arrangement that Slash plays. I know this is the way he played it because I asked him.
Slash came in on this. What more do you need? I've seen Slash before. Okay, he's like 100. He's 100,000 or something. You know, he's older than Dirt. No, Dirt's got him beat maybe by, I don't know, a minute. But come on, what more do you need? It's Slash. Okay, let me say, sir, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for walking me through this.
Thank you.
Music games are not dead, and music games are just getting better and better all the time. And please check the Bandfuse out when it drops.
Winter this year.
Winter this year. You don't have long to wait. Your guitar teacher's gonna be pissed, but come on. You want it?